Hi, welcome to my video on find equation as f of x equals a b dx. So that's the equation of an exponential function. So find the equation of each as f of x equals a b to the x. And note that the base is greater than 0 and the base is not 1. And the a value could be any real number or greater than 0. This will work out. So what we have here is the number 1. You can pause the video if you wish and work these out. The f of 0 equals 3. So that means x is 0. And the f of x is 3. So that's the y, if you think of it that way. So x is 0. So the f of 0. So I'm going to put a 0 in a, b to the 0. So that means the f of 0 equals a, b to the 0 is 1. So the f of 0 is equal to a. But the f of 0 is equal to 3, so that means a is equal to 3. So let's look at this one. The f of 3 equals 24, so x is 3. So the f of 3 equals a, b to the 3. So we're going to put 3 in the place of x. So the f of 3 equals ab cubed. And the f of 3 equals 24. So that means ab cubed equals 24. But we have a is 3. So I'm going to sub 3 into here. 3b cubed equals 24. Divide by 3. That means b cubed equals 8. So b cubed is 8. That's a cube, so I'm going to do the cube root. So the cube root of b cubed equals the cube root of 8. Cube root of b cubed is b. Cube root of 8 is 2. And another way, if you wanted to do that, would have been to say b cubed equals 8. And that power is 3, so we make it a 1/3 power. 8 is to a 1/3 power. So 3 times 1/3 is 1. And the cube root of 8 is 2. Also, if you think about it, 8 is 2 cubed. So 3 times 1/3 cancels out, you get your 2. So that means the f of x, a is 3, and b is 2. So that works out to be the exponential. And the same here, let's work this one out. The f of 1 equals 10. So the f of 1 equals a, b to the 1. So that means the f of 1 equals a, b. But the f of 1 equals 10, so a, b is equal to 10. So let's work this one out too, and then we'll see what we're going to do. So the f of 2x is 2, is a, b, and again, remember, we're dealing with the f of x equals a, b to the x. So we're putting a 2 in the place of x. So that means if the f of 2 is equal to 50, and the f of 2 is equal to ab squared, so ab squared is equal to 50 by transitive property or substitution. Now, we can do this one way to do this. Notice we got an a, b equals 10. Notice right here that this is a, b squared. So if I did ab times b equals 50, which I can, ab is 10, so ab, if I put 10 right there, then it works out without doing a lot of math. So b is 5, ab equals 10, b is 5, so we sub 5 in the place of 10, so divide by 5, so it cancels 2. So the equation is f of x equals a is 2, b is 5 to the x power. And again, if you want to check it, take x to be 1, put a 1 in here. The f of 1 is 5 to the 1 is 5, 2 5s is 10. The f of 2, put a 2 in. 5 squared is 25 times 2 is 50. So this is the right equation. Another way also to do this, and I took a little shortcut here. I noticed that this is AB squared, so I did it this way. If you didn't do that, notice I can solve this equation for A. Notice I wouldn't solve it. I could solve it for B and sub in, but since A is here and here, so if I take this equation, if I take AB times 10 and solve it for A, so that means I'm dividing by B, so A is 10 over B. So if I take the equation AB squared equals 50, and now sub A, which is 10 over B, into this equation right here, so B cancels out to give me a 1, so I get 10B equals 50, so B is 5. So I can notice the shortcut here by doing this, or I could have solved this equation for A, which I did, and sub it into here. Then I have all B's, and it works through, and then I continue. So it's your choice. Okay, let's do another one. Find the equation as f of x equals ab to the x. Again, the f of 2, x is 2. There's x is 2. So that equals ab squared. So if the f of 2 equals 4, and the f of 2 equals ab squared, so ab squared is equal to 4. So just leave that alone for a second. I could take this equation and solve it for a, because if you take this equation and solve it for b, you have to do the square root. So you would take this equation and solve it for a. But let's do this one first. So the f of negative 1 is, x is negative 1, is a b to the negative 1. So the f of negative 1, and notice a is to the 1 power, b is to the negative power, so that's a over b. That means that f of negative 1 is 108, so that means that 108 is equal to a over b. And I have a fraction here, so now I can, whatever one I'm going to solve, if I put this over 1 across multiply, 1 times a is a, and 180 times b. So I can solve this one for a and sub in here, or I can just sub that right into there. So let's call this one number 1. Let's call this one number 2. So I'm going to sub a equals 108b into number 1. So ab squared equals 4. So a is 108b. That's times b squared is 4. So that's 108b cubed equals 4. Now we divide by 108. So b cubed equals 4 into 108. 4 into 4 goes once. 4 into 108 goes 27. So that means, again, I got cubed, so I can do the cube root of each side. Cube root of b cubed is b, and the cube root of 1 is 1, cube root of 27 is 3. So now I can sub this into number 2. So I'm going to sub b equals 1/3 into number 2. So a equals 108b. So b is 108 times 1/3. B is 1/3, so 108 times 1/3, and 1/3 into 108 goes 36. So the equation f of x, what's a? 36. What's b? 1/3 to the x power. And again, if you want to check it back, you get, if you take a 2, which is x, put a 2 here, 1/3 squared is 1/9, 9 into 36 is 4, so it looks like it's okay. And let's do this one again. we have the f of x equals a b to the x. Keep that alongside here. So that means the f of negative 2 is a b, so negative 2. So that means that f to the negative 2 is a. Again, the a is to the 1 power. B is to the negative 2, so it's a over b squared. I'm going to put the negative there, not. When this goes down, it becomes a positive exponent. So that means that a over b squared is equal to 2. And we can leave it like that, or we can put it over 1 and cross multiply. 1 times a is a, 2b squared makes it. Okay, let's look at this one. F to the negative 3 again. X is negative 3, so we have a b to the negative 3. And f to the negative 3 equals a is to the 1 power, so that stays. B to the negative 3 goes down. So that means a over b cubed. F to the negative 3 is 2/3. Make that a 3 there. And so we can, if we want, I can take that and sub it in here right now, just like this. So if we call this one number 1, and let's call this one number, let's call it 2. So I can sub a equals 2b squared into number 2. So a over b cubed equals 2 over 3. A is 2b squared over b cubed equals 2 over 3. And that b's cancel here, so that's 2 over b equals 2 over 3. Cross multiply. 2b equals 6, divide by 2, b is equal to 3. So b is equal to 3, we can sub it in here, so we can sub b equals 3 into 1. Sub that into 1, and a equals 2b squared. So b is 3. We square first to get a 9, then we get an 18. So the f of x is equal to a is 18 and b is 3. And just check with one of the numbers, x is negative 2. So if the f of negative 2, put a negative 2 here, and I get 1 over 3 squared is 9, and 1/9, 9 into 18 goes 2. Perfect, looks okay. So that's working out some equations, but we have another page yet with some more extra questions on them. I'm always looking for extra questions, extra problems. If the f of x equals a b to the x, show that the f of x plus d divided by the f of x equals b to the d power. So the f of x is that. So what about the f of x plus d? So the f of x plus d is a b to the x plus d. So if I were doing the f of 6, I would put 6 in the place of x. Now I just got to put the x plus d in the place of x. And so the f of x is a b to the x. So if you think about it, the f of x plus d divided by the f of x, the f of x plus d is right here, a b to the x plus d, divided by the f of x, which is a b to the x. So we simplify, the a's cancel out, so this is b to the x plus d, and we're dividing with the same basis, so we subtract the x, so that gives us plus x minus x gives us b to the d power. So just a little bit of extra math there, working on the exponent rules. We have another one. Again, pause the video if you want to work this out before I do. If the f of x equals 5 to the x, evaluate. So let's look at the f of x plus 2. The f of x plus 2 is 5 to the x plus 2. What about the f of x minus 2? So x minus 2 goes into place of x, so that's 5 to the x minus 2. So now we're looking at the f of x plus 2 divided by the f of x minus 2. So we sub that in. That's 5 to the x plus 2, right here. And the f of x minus 2 is 5 to the x minus 2. So we work that out. And so that's the same basis. So we get 5 to the x plus 2. Because we divide with like basis, we subtract the exponents. So let me write that down as a subtraction. So because we subtract, that's x plus 2. And we can put a 1 here, or we can say, if we put that's subtracting, so we do the opposite. So the opposite of a positive is a negative. The opposite of a negative is a positive. So that's 5. The x's cancels out. We get 2 plus 2 is 4. And 5 to the 4th power is 5 times 5 is 25, times 5 is 125, times 5 is 625. And just go back to here. If you do what I did and put the subtraction, but if you put a 1 right here like this, and you put a 1 right here, 1 times x plus 2 is x plus 2, and a negative 1 times this bracket gives you negative x plus 2. So you can not put the negative 1 in and do the opposite of what's on the inside here and work it out. Or put the 1 there and you hopefully won't make the error, because when you're subtracting polynomials, you got to be careful of adding on the inverse. So that brings us to the end of this video on finding the equation of a times b to the x. And if you like my video, click the like button. If you're not a subscriber, click the subscribe button if you wish. Visit my math website, www.mathfullyexplained.com, to find more information about me, my videos, and the content that's on my YouTube channel called Math Fully Explained. Thank you for viewing my video. Hope the video helped you. Bye-bye.